I work with Child Protective Services, and I'm one of 2 investigators in this county. Well, we now work under what's called the multiple response system, or as far as CPS was anyway. We call it MRS, and of course, if you all ever go start working for DCS, you'll learn we abbreviate everything. There's an initial for everything that you can possibly do. We work under the multiple response system. The investigative side, we take cases such as meth labs, or if they got meth-making components, sexual abuse, severe physical abuse, and a lot of these drug cases anymore, anything heavier than marijuana, it comes down to the investigative track. You also have the assessment track. The assessment track, they cover more of your educational neglect, if not going to school. Environmental neglect, which I'll tell you some stories on environmental neglect here in a little bit. They cover some physical abuse, some of the minor stuff. I'm trying to think that's what else they use. They'll also cover psychological harm. Psychological harm could be something where a daddy tells his daughter that she's stupid every day. What's she going to start believing? She's going to start believing she's stupid. And that's one thing as far as the verbal part. You know, I was telling Andrew a while ago, if you all start teaching or whatever y'all go into, and a kid comes up to you and says, you say write your name and they say, I can't, I'm stupid. Ask them why. And if they tell you, hey, daddy says I'm stupid every day, go into it just a little bit more. Don't start problem. Because if you start problem, a lot of times you'll start putting words in their mouth. And when CPS comes and the police come, we'll start questioning the kids. They'll start saying, well, Mr. and Mrs. such and such said this. What happens on that? Even though we can go with it, once we get into court, if we have to go to court for each reason, and I get on the stand and testify, and I testify to what the kid said, smaller kids we try our best not to put them on the stand. If you say you've got a 12 or 30-year-old, you put them on the stand and they say, well, I told Mr. Arms this because Mr. such and such told me this. The defense attorney is going to jump all over it. And they're going to rip that kid apart on the stand. And it's terrible to see a child tore apart on the stand. Especially when they know that something bad's happened to them. And they know more than likely they're going back home with mom and daddy since this defense attorney jumped on it. And then who knows what's going to happen then. We've seen cases where something blowed up in court. Attorney's jobs, I don't know if anybody wants to go to law school, but an attorney's job is to find a loophole. And once they find a tiny loophole, they'll jump one foot. And then they won't get away from that one little loophole. We've seen kids go home. We've seen kids go home, back home with parents because the judges ordered them home. Then they've been beat severely when they got home. I'll tell you all some stories here in a minute. I'll try to touch on a few things he was wanting me to touch on. Reporting abuse. Do you all know what phone number to call for reporting abuse in the state of Tennessee? Well, it's 1-877-237-0004. That's the central intake line. Now, if you're calling from Knox County, wherever you're calling from, when you think you may be talking to somebody over here in the Newmarket office, you're not. You're talking to somebody in Nashville. And the intake can be some of the hatefulest people you ever talk to. Because, they don't tell how many thousands of calls they take a day. But just give them, bear with them, give them the information, and they'll tell you, they may tell you it's going to be up to 3 or 4 days before somebody can come out. Don't get scared. The reason they tell you that is because our investigations are assigned to priority. We call them P codes. 1, 2, or 3. A priority 1.